morning, everyone. I hope this finds you well and living your best life in Jesus Christ. I've often heard fellow Christians find fault for ministers for being unnecessarily frivolous at times. I've even heard criticisms of ministers for being boring, while in the same breath chastising them for telling a joke or relating a humorous illustration in their sermon. I haven't been a minister very long, I'll admit, but I have many years of experience observing people, teaching, and entertaining folks. And there's one thing I learned very quickly at a very young age. You can't please everybody. I find it interesting when I hear Christians criticize each other for laughing and being happy. Is it just me, or of all the people on this sad planet, shouldn't we who have been saved have the most reason to be happy, laugh, and be joyous? I often think we do ourselves and others a disservice by putting on a sour demeanor that not only affects us and our attitudes, but leads those around us to think that being a Christian must be a miserable existence. We all know that this is untrue, but yet we seem unwilling to show and share our joy in the Lord. I'm reminded of Ecclesiastes 3, which tells us there's a time for everything. And Ecclesiastes 3 and 4 says a time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance. As I've mentioned before, studies have shown babies and children laugh hundreds of times a day. Adults, on the other hand, well, we often barely make it to the double digits. Even joyful people can feel weighted down by the pressures and headaches and heartaches of life. But in Matthew 18:4, Jesus said, "Whoever humbles himself like a little child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven." Look, I know these are difficult times, but maybe it's time to turn our troubles over to God and become more like a child, full of joy, full of laughter. Landry's laugh is one of my favorite sounds in the whole planet. This morning, I'd like to share a few suggestions with you from Pastor Billy Graham on how to bring out our joy. First, take time to laugh. If you've been on this planet for more than a few years, you know that life isn't one big laugh. It's filled with difficult times, but even so, the Bible declares there is a time to laugh. There's all kinds of ways to incorporate more laughter into your life. First, like I do, talk to a friend with a good sense of humor. I love to talk to Fred. He always cracks me up. Or retell a funny story from the past, or play a practical joke on a good friend or a family neighbor or your wife. Need another idea? How about spending time with kids or pets? Man, that's a surefire way to ramp up the laughter. Secondly, share joy. Proverbs 17:22 reminds us, of course, that a joyful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. We need to not keep our joy to ourselves. Let's share the good medicine of a joyful heart with others. Think about it. Have you brought joy or laughter to someone today? If not, think of a way you can make just one person laugh. It'll bring joy to both of your lives. Third, lighten your load. In Luke 6:1, the Lord reminds us, "Blessed are you who weep now, for you shall laugh." I don't know about you, but have you ever been so sad you thought you'd never laugh again? I know I have. If you're a follower of Christ, you're blessed to be a part of God's kingdom. True? And the God of the universe can bring you comfort and inner peace even when you're struggling with a heavy heart. Trust me, I know. Being blessed is about experiencing hope and joy regardless of the circumstance. King David once wrote about this in this way. He said, "You have turned for me my mourning into dancing. You have loosed my sackcloth and girded me with gladness." That's Psalm 30:11, by the way. So are you feeling burdened today? Well, just ask God to lighten your load. Fourth, savor surprises and don't ever be afraid to laugh at yourself. I do that all the time. Life is full of joyous surprises if you look for them, so look for them. Little things mean a lot in this life. Something simple like a silly little mistake or a faux pas shared with a friend can lead to laughter. And don't ever forget to laugh at yourself. Don't take yourself so seriously. I do it all the time. I've started this particular devotion 4 times, and you should see the blooper reel. I can't help but laugh sometimes at how silly I can be. And finally, expect great things. When God led his people out of captivity and brought them back to their homeland, they were so relieved and thankful that they laughed and shouted for joy. Think about it. After spending 70 years as captives, one of the first things they did was build an altar and worship God. In Psalm 126, he says, "Then our mouth was filled with laughter and our tongue with shouts of joy. Then they said among the nations, the Lord has done great things for them." See, it can be easy to dwell on things that aren't going your way, but remember that verse. God does do great things, doesn't he? Keep an eye out for today keep an eye out today and every day for the great things he's doing in your life, and then take a moment to thank him for it. And let's not only find the joy today, let's spread it around. See, you and everybody else will be glad you did, and they'll be grateful to you. And by the way, your expressed joy might just be the thing that leads someone to Christ. So today, let's find some time to laugh. It can't help but do you good and everyone around you. I hope you make today a terrific day. I want you to know that I'm here if you need me, and I love you all.